Hello beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about how to set your foundation up for success. There are so many days where we really need our foundation to last all day long, but you know what, even if you don't, even if you're just running out the door, you're going to work, you are running errands, you still want to look good. And there are definitely certain things that you really want to make sure that you're doing in order for your foundation to be successful, to last all day long, and to give you the best benefits. So let's go ahead and talk about what those are. Number one, you definitely want to wash your face every single day, and I would definitely highly for sure recommend that you wash your face right before you're about to do your makeup. Do not go in with just a face wipe. Those just don't have enough power to really clean out your skin. So make sure that you're using a very cleansing, very cleaning face wash before. And then what you're gonna do is go in with toner. Now, everyone's kind of got their own idea on toners versus micellar waters. Use whatever you prefer. I love toners because they clean out your skin and they get deep in your pores to clean everything out, and then it closes them back up. So they're not welcoming more dirt. Anything that you put on top of your skin after that isn't going to sink into your skin in a weird way. It's gonna sit on top of it in a nice fresh way. So I highly recommend going in with a toner. Then you wanna moisturize. Depending on your skin type, use what works for you. I've already done all of those things, and today I did go in with my CeraVe moisturizing cream, but you have to go in with a moisturizer before you go in with anything else. So now that all of those things have been talked about and I didn't do them on camera, let's talk about what you do now, and then I will do them on camera. Okay, so the first thing I always would do next is go in with a serum. This one from Neutrogena quickly became my favorite. I love it so much. This is a little bit pricey. This is around $20, so wait for a sale, but this is fabulous. So this is the Hydra Boost Multi-Vitamin Booster. The best part about this is that it has hyaluronic acid. I highly recommend using a hyaluronic acid because what it's going to do is attract moisture in a good way. It's going to keep your skin feeling nice and hydrated and plump, but it's not overly hydrating, it's not thick. This is just, if I don't use this, I know my makeup just not going to last as long. And I am somebody who did not believe in these before, but after trying this, I love it. So I just use one pump like that, and I'm going to mix it into my fingers and then start to put it all over. Now, first of all, this smells heavenly. It smells so fresh and beautiful and amazing. And what you're gonna notice is that the more that you're rubbing it in, the stickier it gets, but not in like a nasty sticky way, but it does get a little bit tacky. Once that happens, I'm gonna go ahead and just press this into all of my skin. I don't skip an area, I put it everywhere, because I'm telling you, the hyaluronic acid in here is just the best foundation prep you could ask for. So I highly recommend this one, and then also get it on your neck. So the best thing to do in between every single one of these steps is to let it sink in for at least 60 seconds. We don't always have time for that, so if you can't and you've got to just go through your long list of products, do it. But if you can, get up a little bit earlier or just work it into your routine so that way you're allowing everything to sink into the skin before you go in with the next one. You're going to have a lot better results because these products are able to really sink in and set and do their thing. And I promise you, you're going to notice a difference. So yeah, then what you're going to want to do is go in with an under eye cream. This is essential if you are in high school or older. I do think that the earlier you start using an eye cream, the happier you're gonna be when you're older. So my absolute favorite for underneath makeup is from L'Oreal, and it's their Eye Defense. This is a gel, so it really helps to hydrate my under eye area and not allow any creasing throughout the day. Go ahead and play around with different under eye cream textures because there's a lot out there. This is what I've noticed for me works the absolute best, and especially when it comes to eye creams, you want to put it on with enough time for this to also sink in. So if nothing else, if you have to rush through every other part of your makeup, that's fine, but make sure that your eye cream is able to sink in for at least 60 seconds because otherwise it's not going to be dry and it's going to end up moving around when you start putting on foundation, concealer powder, all of that stuff. So I just tap it in with, I use my middle fingers. Everybody says to use your ring finger. I don't think it matters. Just go light-handed and really make sure that you are tapping this in. And my hair looks like a hot mess today. I've been out running errands forever and ever and ever. Okay, so the next thing that you're gonna wanna do is definitely put on a foundation primer. You never should ever skip this step if you want your foundation to last. I know that there are a lot of people out there who don't believe in primers. They never see a difference in them. And that's because you just haven't found the one that works for you. You really need to figure out your skin type, what it is that you're looking for from your primer, and then try a lot of different, whether it's drugstore or high-end. You're able to get samples at places like Sephora, so definitely go in and figure out what type of primer you're looking for and why it's gonna work better for you and what you need. I always recommend going in with a primer because what it's going to do is make sure that there's a nice barrier in between any kind of porous areas and the products you're about to put on top. So I know that for me personally, I really like mattifying primers. I really like primers that fill in my pores and have some kind of a blurring action. Not all of my primers do all three of those things, but a good amount of them do at least two. So I've got a couple favorites here. I can kind of quickly talk you through what I like and why. So my first set of primers is definitely a little bit more expensive. These are two primers from Makeup Forever, and these together work so beautifully. They're so amazing. This one right here is the smoothing primer, and this one right here is the mattifying primer. So this alone is not good. This alone is way too matte, and it will cause a lot of patchiness because it's just so matte. So you definitely, I would recommend mixing this with some kind of a more hydrating, smoothing, pore filling primer so that this doesn't have that patchiness issue. So I mix it with this one, and this is just my absolute favorite primer combination, but it is pricey, so I've got some more options here for you. Another one is from Catrice. This is the Prime and Fine. This says that it kills pores. It definitely does. This is it's like a weird color. It's almost got like a brightening effect, which I love, but it sits in the skin, it sits over the pores, it fills them in, it doesn't let makeup get into your pores, and it really creates a beautiful barrier. So this is a really good one. I think this is around $5, maybe a little bit more, but I love that one. Then from Milani, we've got the Blur Stick. This is a total much better dupe for the Smashbox stick primer. I did not like that one. That one actually made me super oily, so this one does not. This one sits over the skin, it keeps me matte, it blurs out my pores, and it gives me a very nice looking skin texture, which I love. And this is also a drugstore, so it's super affordable. Then from the brand DHC, this is the Velvet Skin Coat Primer. I got this on Amazon. This was like their #1 rated primer. I tried it. I love it. This blurs everything. People will actually just use this on its own and just put it in like any laugh lines or porous areas. Anywhere that you've got like just issues that you want to make your skin look nice and blurred over, this will do. This is seriously like magic in a little bottle. So I would recommend looking at this one if you're looking for all of those things. What I'm gonna do is go in with the Catrice Prime and Fine, and with this, I always put it on with a brush. This did not work well for me at all with my finger, and I can't tell you why, but I definitely recommend putting this on with a brush. And I'm just gonna focus this on my porous area. So all right here on my cheeks, I'm kind of going and rubbing and then pushing it in. Anytime that you're using a skin blurring or pore filling foundation primer, you need to press it into the skin. If you are just rubbing, all you're doing is moving it around, and it's not gonna work. It needs to really sit in the skin. It's got to be pushed into the skin, just like this. So I don't know if you can see. I can see even from way far away. My mirror is like way over there. Even in my monitor, I'm like, wow, this just completely blurred out this entire area. Whereas over here, I've got very large pores. I've got a lot of issues going on, but over here, it's a little bit brightened. It's blurred over and it just looks fabulous. So I only put this again in my porous areas. You do not need to put primers all over your face unless it is something like a hydrating primer or something with hyaluronic acid. That can go everywhere, but anything that is like blurring or even like mattifying, I would just focus in certain areas. Otherwise, you're gonna be over priming and can end up having issues in areas where you don't have those issues. Like if you're putting a blurring foundation over here, like what is that gonna do? There's nothing over there to blur, you know what I mean? If you're putting a mattifying primer in a place where you don't need to be matte, you could run the potential of just looking patchy right there. So just be careful, make sure that you're using your primers correctly. And then I'm just going to put whatever's left kind of like right here. And the last thing that I would recommend before you go in with your foundation is to use some kind of hydrating spray. So I'll talk to you about two of my favorites. I only have one in front of me because I need to repurchase another one. The one that I want to talk to you about that I don't have in front of me that I have raved about forever and ever and ever is from Vichy. The Vichy Thermal Water is the best thing under the sun. The mister on there is so luxurious and just it's like a beautiful mist. There's no scent to it. It's full of a bunch of vitamins and minerals from the French Alps, and I just feel so hydrated. I will actually use that before I go in with moisturizer. But again, I don't have it right now. So another really great one is from Smashbox. You guys, I have been looking for a fabulous dupe for this. Somebody gave me a recommendation. I have to go pick it up. I probably order it online in a couple days. So until I try that one, I have to recommend this one. This is just amazing. This is a primer water. So there's stuff in here, there's ingredients in here that make your skin look better. It's gonna have all of the same kind of properties that a primer would in a water form so that you're getting that hydration into your skin before you go in with foundation and all of that stuff, which I highly, highly recommend. So let's go ahead and just put some of this on. When it comes to these mists, I cannot control myself. I go in hard because they just feel so good. So that is exactly how you set your foundation up for success. My skin is primed, it's prepped, it's got everything that it needs from primers to moisturizers to hyaluronic acids and serums and all kinds of different moisture and blurring actions. So my foundation now is going to last me all day long. It's not going to give me any issues and it's going to look fabulous. So I really hope that this video helped you. I hope that I was able to teach you one or two things. And if you enjoyed it, please make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel before you leave, and hit that notification bell so you know every time I upload. I've been uploading 5 days a week for about 2 weeks now. I'm going to continue on that until I start work on the 21st, and then I'm hoping to upload 3 days a week. So wish me luck on that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.